everyone, this is Siobhan.
And that's Swayze.
And welcome to Wig and Wine Wednesdays. Alright, so today's wig that I'm wearing is from Powder Room D Wigs, and it is in the style Bubble Yum Lace Front.
And mine is a uni wig again, and it's called Lavender Dawn.
Let's pick our wine.
Yeah, let's
we
do
need
it.
some. Please. Summer water.
Ooh, a rosé. Summer water, like super spring-ish. And there's a rosé. It's so cute though.
I know, that's the whole reason I picked it, was just because it was cute.
That's like the whole reason we pick all of our wines.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Let me see.
Do you have muscles?
For real?
I don't know.
It's fine. Okay, let's pick a topic.
Let's see here. Judgment from people.
That's a...
These topics are hard because they're not super specific.
I know, it's like a broad...
So it's like, where do we want to go with this? But judgment is a huge thing to me.
Yeah. I mean, as someone, I think someone's that has anxiety,
Yeah.
especially my anxiety is so hard on social anxiety. I've told my husband before, like, I live life anywhere I go, I just assume that everyone's watching me and thinking bad things. So if I'm eating, I'm like super conscious about how I'm eating, like if I'm laughing too loud or anything like that, because I just assume everybody is annoyed with me. So
That's so sad.
it's awful.
What do you think that stems from? Like, do you judge others harshly?
Yeah, I'm pretty mean, I feel like, and I'm trying to be better.
Because I feel like the people that are most worried about judgment are usually ones that have a lot of judgment towards others.
And that's probably where mine stems from, is my mom. She's an amazing person, but she is very, like, all growing up it was like, oh my gosh, look at that lady's pants, can you see that they're see-through? Oh my gosh, it's so see-through.
Yeah.
Or just like, you know, pointing stuff out to where I'm like, oh yeah. And now as I get older, I realize I can hear her voice coming out when I'm like, oh my gosh, look at that person eating that hamburger, and I'm like, ugh. So I think hearing my own mom do that kind of turned
It like
into,
raised you
to
and
think
when
that
you
everyone's
hear,
doing that. Yeah.
And when you hear somebody talking about someone else, it then makes you self-conscious about it, like, oh, I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to be the person that they're pointing at and laughing at or whatever.
Exactly.
Like, I had a girl in 7th grade. I just kind of started learning how to do my makeup. So I got this like palette with like 3 eyeshadows and blush, and at the time I was like, pink is life. I wear pink every day and I'm pink obsessed. And side note, I hate pink. I think it's repulsive. But not like on other people.
I'm wearing
I
pink
know.
wig, pink eyeshadow, and pink lipstick.
But no.
Drinking my pink water.
No, listen. I've hated it less and less through the years, but it's like almost I overdid it my whole like younger life because I felt like, oh, I'm a girl and I want to be girly, so I have to love pink.
I did the exact opposite where I was like, I'm one of the guys, like, girl stuff is dumb. I like
I did that in high
sports, so pink is blah. And then I grew up and I was like, no, I like pink. I like girly things. I don't need to pretend that, like, and so I like overindulge in pink now. That is
really
so funny.
But yeah, so I put this pink eyeshadow on like brow to lid, like all, you know, like all, or lash line to brow, like all over my lid. After the whole day at school, I got on the bus and this girl gets on and is sitting in front of me and she looks at me and she's like, did you get your eyebrows waxed? Like, no, because I didn't even know that was like a thing that you did. And she just like starts making fun of me, like, you totally got them waxed at lunch or something. Like, you have, like, it's pink underneath, like it's red. And in my head I'm like, that's my eyeshadow. And so I was like, I'm doing something wrong. So I like stopped wearing that eyeshadow, or like I wouldn't put it under my brow, and I'm like trying to figure it out, but like I don't know.
Stuff like that like sticks with you forever too.
Yeah. And there's have you read Girl Wash Your Face?
Mm-hmm.
So Rachel Hollis is amazing. I've listened to some of her podcasts and she wrote this book. But she's talking about how in like high school she just didn't like this girl, and this girl like she overheard her talking about how she shaves her toes. So she didn't say anything to that girl, But later that day went up to her friend and was like, oh my gosh, so-and-so shaves her toes. Who does that? I can't believe she does that. Like, that is disgusting. Who has hair on their toes? And just made fun of her, right? Which now has made her friend feel self-conscious about it because her friend's not ever going to admit that she shaves her toes. But Rachel Hollis is now like, you know what? I shave my toes. And when I said that, I was shaving my toes. So it's like all this judgment and all this all this crap that's going on. It's like most of the time people who are passing it are just as self-conscious and just as broken as everybody else.
Yeah, it's true. And that's one thing I've noticed is, like, things that I will judge people on or, like, make fun of them for are things that I'm personally insecure about.
Always a reflection.
Yeah, always.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. So Jeffree Star, I didn't like him. Swayze convinced me to watch the Shane Dawson series. And after watching, I'm like, you know what? Half the things... Hi, buddy.
Where's Daddy?
It's in my room.
He's supposed to be watching you.
So I realized after watching that series, like, he has a reason he acts that way because he went through so much shit. Like, the way people treated him, you know, being a male in makeup or, you know, any sort of trans or gay or anything was already hard back then, but he was very visibly that way. And so he got verbally abused and, you know, all sorts of crap. And so he has this guard up where he's just like doesn't just let anybody in, which is so much more understanding. But I realize most of the things I'm judging on are things, me being a Scorpio, I'm big on, like, revenge or getting them back or, like, petty things all the time. So to see him do that, it's, like, almost more judgment or more repulsive because it's something that I try not to do. That's part of, like,
so
my personality.
Yeah.
We have a lot in common.
It's good to have those moments, though, where you can just, like, take a step back.
Kind of release that judgment or those
feelings. Or even
feelings.
Realize why you're doing it. My biggest thing is realizing that a lot of the time that I, especially in high school, when I had these girls that I just hated, and I'm like, they're my enemy, I can't stand them. And growing up and realizing, no, I didn't hate them. I was jealous of them. Mm-hmm. Like, that's my thing. When I see someone that's successful or beautiful or talented, it makes me angry and, like, pulls me down.
You
and
want
I have
what they
to,
have and you're just
exactly.
mad that they have it but you don't, and it's like, but why?
Exactly. And
Why don't I deserve
to,
it?
I've had to tell myself, like, somebody's being beautiful doesn't make me less beautiful. They're not beautiful because they took it from me, or they're not successful because they took my spot. Like, somebody else can be, someone can be beautiful, somebody can be successful, and it doesn't mean anything. And that's my lesson I have to keep as far as judgment goes. Ugh, it's the worst feeling.
It is.
My whole life, judgment from people, I've always had people tell me once they get to know me, like, oh, when I first met you, I thought you were so, like, mean, or you were so into yourself. I always heard that. I thought you were so into yourself.
Such a bitch.
Yeah, and I'm like, I am, like, the most insecure, anxiety-ridden person ever, but I've had so many people say, I just thought you were so into yourself. And I'm like, that's so funny, because I feel like I can be far...
I didn't like you.
I know, nobody does.
Well, it's because...
And I feel like it's because I'm so shy that I'm quiet, and that comes off as mean.
I didn't even know... I hadn't even met you yet, and I didn't like you. Because... Not in, like, a rude way, but...
I hate your hair. I hate your hair.
No. Because I lived in this neighborhood for several years, and then that summer, Swayze moved in, and the guy that I liked was like, oh, I'm gonna date Swayze, and all these people... Yeah. I liked him for years. And, like, one weekend, it was like, this girl moved in, and she's going to be my girlfriend. And then all the people in the neighborhood were like, oh, my gosh, have you met Swayze? She's so cool. Like, she's the coolest. And I was just like, are you serious? Like, after all these years, like, somebody just moves in and takes it all. Like, it's just that easy. But then I met Swayze and we became friends, and it was cool.
That's so funny, because I remember meeting you,
But she was dating the guy that I was, like, totally all about for years.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
No, I remember meeting you too, and, like, I moved into this new neighborhood, and, like, everyone was so nice. Like, everyone would, like, come into my yard, and, like I'd wake up,
we would wake up and everyone's sitting in
everyone
your
was
yard.
just standing in my yard, like, you guys gonna come hang out? I was like, okay, like, I'm, like, popular for once, that's amazing. And then I remember Shay being like, oh yeah, Siobhan, you lived, like, right close to me, like, right close.
Like 2 doors down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, like, we went over to your house and you had, like, Cheetah Girl's room or something.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and I was like, man, she's so cool.
My Cheetah Girl's room was literally just cheetah print everything. It's awful. And I tried to hold, like, Cheetah Girls Club. Like, I was really trying to be the cool person.
But in my mind, you were, because you had like we do dances and we like sing the songs that are on the radio, and I'm like, I don't know any of this. Like, she knows all the cool stuff. But at least I got this 15-year-old boyfriend.
This is great. I love this.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I meet people and they're just like, I always thought you were, like, I met you and I thought you were so mean, or you were just a bitch or whatever. And it's
Does
like,
that happen to everyone?
it's anxiety.
Yeah.
Or if you're a nice person, you're quiet, and then they're, being quiet or, like, not smiling means that you're a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I found funny, like, later on with our friendship is that, like, years down the road, I realized how opposite we are. Because there was one time that you mentioned to me, I'm sure I did something embarrassing, and you were just like, I would never. I think I ran into a screen or like a glass door or something, and you're just like, I am so conscious of every step that I take so I don't trip and I don't do this, and so that, like, I don't do something embarrassing. And then it almost, like, made me feel this, like, the only word coming to mind is, like, sadness, but I was just like, you're this confident, like, perfect person, but then I realized, wow, inside, she's not like that at all. Like, she's so self-conscious and, like, all of these things. It's like, I still overthink things. I still have anxiety, but just a constant reminder, like, from that. And then from my mom, who's always, like, she's a health freak and, like, oh, I just read that this can cause cancer, or this causes this, and we need to avoid this. And it's like, Mom, I don't want to avoid these things. Like, if it gives me cancer, it gives me cancer, but living my life being afraid of everything or, like, worried about every little thing sounds more miserable than just, like, enjoying it, doing stupid things, embarrassing myself, and just having a good time.
You need to have a better quality of life versus quantity.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
thanks for watching our drama.
That was a heavy episode.
It was. There's a lot of weight, but I feel good about it.
Yeah. It was fun to talk about our initial judgments of each other, too.
Yeah, like our friendship and stuff. Cheers.
All right, well,
thanks for watching.
Thanks for hanging out. If you have a topic you want to hear us talk about, email it to wigandwinewednesdays@gmail.com with the subject line topic. And stop
subscribe.
Judging people.
Yeah, don't judge.
Don't judge us.
Leave a comment and tell us how you feel about judgment or what you deal with internally. Yeah, we'll comment back.
All right.